I feel happy.
Happy!
Perhaps we should start with a bit of a prayer then.
Please and thank
shit,
you.
really? I just took that. I mean, yeah, no, that would be very appropriate.
No,
I
it'd
think
be all right.
there, Duncan.
It'll make everyone feel better.
Let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but yes. Let's do it.
You can't tell what current events are going on right now by our start of this. It's fine.
In Lady Umberly's grace, may you be poor of misfortune, rich in blessings, slow to make enemies and quick to make friends.
Here, here.
I like that one. I think that's my favorite one that you've done.
Yeah.
I thought it was appropriate because there's a lot going on out there, and it's not always very nice, you know.
Yes. Let's make more friends. All right. Why do I have two of these up? Man. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. It is Wednesday night, so that means we're in Krasden tonight. And I know that's true because nobody corrected me yet. We're in episode 50, if you can believe it. We're way over a year, though. We've been doing this for way more than a year.
I literally cannot. I cannot believe it.
The name of tonight's episode is called Magic of a Different Kind. And let's go ahead and hear from Ori as to what happened last week, because it was kind of a more funsy episode.
Last week we continued our very nice conversation with apparently our new friend, Mr. Old Keen. You know,
I have a picture up finally.
Yeah. Turns out he's a funny guy. He gets a little weird when you tell him he's a funny guy. You have to kind of, you know, you kind of have to explain yourself.
Like funny, ha ha.
Like in an endearing sort of way, you know, like just
there he is. There he is.
And, so, yeah. We had a more talk with him about, you know, all the things going on in the universe. We kind of feel like we were quick to trust him. We spilled the beans on a lot of stuff that was going on. But to be fair, we are now wanted criminals, and he's pretty much our only friend in the whole city. So that's fun. After our conversation with him, we were kind of trying to figure out, well, which way to go next. There was few things we could do, all of them pretty dangerous, some of them kind of impossible. And we just decided, well, we should probably just figure out where we're going to set up our little, you know, base of operations, so to speak, for the near future. So we decided, hey, nobody's going to go looking in that lovely room of death where there were all of the minotaurs that were having a meal of dead humans that was being prepared by other human slaves, whatever. You know, real fucked up thing for anybody to want to go back to. So we figured, hey, why not hide out there? It's not horrifying at all. And we made our way through the sewers back to that spot. And we went through the door and, hey, there really wasn't anybody there. We took a look around. Things were kind of, you know, we had heard a little bit about some kind of like bad juju there, but didn't really think much of it. But hey, turns out, room's haunted.
Who'd have thunk it?
Moon's on it.
So we got out our shotguns and blasted a couple of ghosties, and then one of them, named Herschel, was actually decided to play nice with us, and you know, nice fella, very self-aware. The others were not aware that they were dead and were kind of violent as a result. But he was really on top of his situation. You know, he was a ghost for his time and place. And yeah, so we just kind of had an agreement that he was going to stay there and spook off intruders. You know, and I went to the cold box and made myself a sandwich. And we kind of just settled down there. Seems like a nice place. Like
Yeah.
Zoinks.
It,
We
it
didn't
was
do that
a
much last week.
well, no, it was one elaborate combat. You know, it wasn't a straight up stand in front of each other and fight. You were chasing things that could literally pass through walls and trying to solve a bigger issue. You know, you going up the stairs, going down the stairs, and going up sideways stairs. The
MC Escher.
yeah, that's MC Usher.
Oh, sorry, MC Escher.
So that leads us to you have just rested. You are all level 7 now. If you have not leveled up, then good luck moving forward. You have chosen to negate having level 7 and you're stuck at level 6 permanently. Good luck.
Why?
Because I know you're the only one who didn't level up.
Laura's funny post.
I liked my Discord post today, by the way. If you haven't checked Discord, you should.
Right?
Actually, haven't.
I apologize. I'm trying to get my rage under control.
Here's the picture. It's a old Choose Your Own Adventure book, and it says 14 beers at Chili's, and it has a child kicking a ninja. I thought that was very funny.
Well.
And then the entire by the way, it's on Reddit. The entire comment section is just people figuring out what page you turn to for crazy ass shit. And that the comment section is also quite funny. I should have just reread that a few times today. Okay. So you have rested. You're are in the house. What are we doing from here?
From here.
Well, now we have a base of operations, so we can kind of hide.
There's a bunch of computers and unnamed
Yeah.
NPCs walking around looking at said computers very seriously.
Oh, thank you for the files that person just gave me. Anyway.
And did we fast forward in time in this game?
I did
That guy's playing Worms. Caught you. Didn't think anybody'd tell you, but I did.
He's playing with 2 actual worms. No, as Joe, this is me saying this. I did remember that if we're trying to get information, I did sort of make friends with a divination wizard. Guy who made this tink nice armor for me. His name is escaping me. It's Grella.
Eat.
Starts with an H.
I feel like the name in my head, or the voice in my head, is about to help me here.
Nope, that's not how memory works. I mean, schizophrenia works that way, I guess. But
I mean, if you remember where their shop is, this is what I do when I forget people's names. If you remember where they were, then you just walk in and you're like, "Hey, you, buddy, good to see you again."
I do remember he was in the trade district.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go see him.
It seems like a fine time to wander around the city openly.
well,
Ella.
that's the PDF. Okay.
Huffle.
Well,
Herfulfa. I feel
Hildra, God damn it, Hildra.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm trying to figure out if that's the PDF or if he's doing the thing.
It's a PDF. It's the same as last week's.
yeah.
I know, but I'm certain he's been practicing. I'm gonna catch his ass.
Well, maybe, but that's the exact same pose as Sunday's.
I'm gonna get him.
Now, I would have noticed movement by now.
Your eyesight is based on it, so yeah.
I think he would have blinked by now.
False lenses.
In any case, so if we wanted to get some info on Blackburn, or see, there you go, Mike. Or
Damn it, I missed it.
or whatever else is going on, we could maybe ask him, see if he's willing to help.
We need to find a map of the sewers. That would help a lot. And we could wander around down there and then poke our heads up anytime we wanted to or we wanted to.
I figure if we just hang out down here killing minotaurs for XPs, we'll eventually get some kind of lead on the Assassin's Guild.
The other option is
Kill an old lady in her orphanage. Yeah,
no,
that's a good idea.
No, Ori and myself are both a little more inconspicuous than the rest of you. No offense.
Whatever. I can hide in shadows.
Well,
Never find me.
Actually, yeah, you're a good option as well. If you just keep your hood down, no one's really gonna think twice about a little halfling wandering around.
yeah. I mean, if you have some gloves.
Those are their assumptions, not mine.
The only problem is, and I'm sorry to say this, if you're walking by yourself, someone might think you're a child and try to accost you.
I hide in the shadows, and I'm very, very stealthy.
Okay. Well, it's an idea. Ori and I, if we get some sort of robe, which hopefully there might be left in this house, we could just throw it over ourselves to cover our faces up. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people in town that hide their face to some extent.
I'm quite accustomed to leaving my hood up.
You'd think I would have known that, since we've been traveling together for the last
And you
couple
snuggle.
of weeks. And apparently we snuggle.
That's a very good idea. You can pretend to be Joe and Mai's child.
Patrick, you were too into that. Patrick came back to the stream like, yeah.
What are you eating, Patrick? It looks yummy.
Frozen burritos.
So it's
still
not
frozen?
yummy. It's
I actually like them.
Are they all the way unfrozen yet?
Yes, I actually heated them up.
Okay, good.
Hot Pockets. Every bite is a different temperature.
Duncan, did
Coming
you have
soon
any?
from Fish People Sticks. Fish People.
Fish people pockets.
Fish people
God.
sticks are from the people who made Hot Pockets. That is 100%
Absolutely, yes.
Fish People Sticks.
Duncan, did you have any ideas about how to get a map of the sewers? That would be really useful. if
Would
we
be
could.
quite helpful, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Keen might have something.
Keen said he doesn't have it all mapped out.
Oh, then my other idea would be the people at the academy. Would
Right.
From what I
Fish
remember,
Balls,
the
I would-
people at the academy had been mapping it out.
Yeah. I guess we could do a B&E.
If we have an idea of where they might be keeping one, then we could certainly go in there.
I
We
wonder
know
if
our
could
way
do
around pretty well.
2 birds, 1 stone, and maybe do some investigation of Dumahs while we're Dumahs while
Right.
we're there.
Not a bad idea.
Let's do that then.
Okay. So you're heading to the Academy District, yes?
Yep, and we're doing it Teenage
Yeah.
Mutant Ninja Turtle style.
Yeah, we'll just kind of all throw robes over ourselves so we're a little more inconspicuous.
I
Okay.
will also cast Pass Without a Trace.
That doesn't last for as long as it's going to take you to get across town, but sure.
It lasts for an hour. I could keep casting it, but I'll.
Oh,
Yes,
for an hour,
could-
you could get there for sure.
We can attempt to navigate the sewers to get as close
I mean,
as we
you-
can before coming up above ground.
You could attempt if you'd like. I will say you are in District 4, and you are trying to get to District 5. They're just on city map is on stream.
So we're either right next to or other side, depending on where in District 4.
I mean,
we
you
are.
haven't gone outside to know where this place is yet, but
Well,
but
we have to
previous
figure out
knowledge-
where
previous
the nearest
knowledge.
sewer grate is, so we know where to order our pizza to.
thank you. What What's the plan?
Outside.
Well, I think we're just gonna kind of go with a little bit of without a plan and just go to the academy because we don't have enough info otherwise.
Just walking out the front door of the manor?
Is there a back door
There is.
or a side door, something like that, a little less conspicuous than the
I
main?
remember
Well-
if we go back through where we came in the sewer, and you cross that bridge there, and you go through some catacombs and things, and then you come out somewhere over there on the other side.
That's true. It
That's
might
what
be
I
a good
remember.
idea to figure out where that goes anyway. if we're
You've
gonna
been
use this as our
previously
lair.
informed that that was caved in.
Ah, it's caved in then.
Oh.
It was in the district for crypts, and that has been since caved in. That is information you already had.
To keep the minotaurs out of the catacombs, that would make sense.
I say
Tell you-
we walk then in underneath for a bit and see if we can find another way out, so we're not coming out right from the
Well,
Minotaur house.
Is there a side door or anything like that though? First,
Upstairs, you're talking about like ground floor?
yeah, like a servant's entrance or something like that. If this is a manor.
Yeah, there was one off the kitchen, and I'll just give that to you.
Well, I mean, I could just walk around a bit on the first floor and
Sure.
see if I can find one.
Yeah, there is one off the kitchen.
Like, damn it, Herschel! Don't walk so close to me.
I'm not walking. I don't have legs.
It's like, did you ever? Never mind. That goes way too far off topic, and it's going to put us on a tangent. Okay. So who votes we try and navigate the sewers, and who votes we use the servants' entrance to go out onto the main street and just try and keep covered?
Oh, did you guys? Did I show you
Derek, wait.
Herschel last week? By the way.
I don't think
No.
so.
No, I don't think you did show us Herschel. I think you gotta.
You want to see Herschel?
Oh God.
How insensitive is this going to be?
No, it's not. It's not that bad.
Not that bad. Okay.
I was in honor of how stupid it is. This character
Is
that
it just Casper?
not quite. Here's Herschel. Found him after drinking last week.
Wow.
Ooh.
What is that from Schoolhouse Rock? Jesus.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyway,
That's how I always pictured it in my head. That's exactly how I pictured
I'm a
it.
ghost. What do you want?
So with that first, I'm not gonna try to go out, but can I just look out that first door? Is it barred or anything?
The front door?
No, the servant's door. Well, I can check the
Yes,
front
it
door,
is.
too.
It is tacked shut from the outside.
Okay. I will go back to join the rest of the group and relay that information to them. And I think Duncan's idea is a little better than if this is all boarded up, we should leave it
Leave
unless
it
we
that way.
absolutely have to.
Right. Leave it that way.
But we're going to be relying on you, and I guess Ori's skills to guide us, though. So please don't get us lost in the shit tunnels.
So what is your plan? What are you looking for? I can't imagine you're going to try to stay in the underground
No.
forever.
I figure we choose a direction and walk until we find a way out.
Which direction would you like to go? Go ahead and roll. Do you have natural direction sense or anything like that?
I have a natural sense of direction. Like I
Okay,
always know
so
what direction I'm going.
exiting that door, you know that you are facing, basically, east by southeast. Okay.
So I walk out the door, and I'm east by southeast at that point.
Mostly,
So-
mostly east. So the right and left would be north and south, basically. Not quite, but basically.
And if we go to keep going east, would be that door that we go. That would be
To keep
would be
going
caved in,
east,
correct?
yeah. No, the keep going east is across that bridge into the caved-in section of the, which you do know does exit, but now that it is caved in.
Right. Well, I
But if
think
we had, yeah.
So, and my vote would be to go in the direction of the least amount of shit.
Good luck with that.
Both literal and metaphorical, if possible.
Ori? Do you think it would be best to go south then, until we find another way out, or should we go north?
well, we're headed towards District 5, so we may as well simply head east.
You can't.
Maybe,
We can't go east though. We have to go north or
well,
south.
we have to go around it, yes, but I suppose going around it to the southeast would probably be the easiest. But we'd probably want to, we'd veer around it and then.
No, it's east by southeast, so the southern one would head you a little bit west.
Okay, so going.
Oh, so
the
then
northern
okay, then
way
go
is the
around it
direction-
to the north. So we'll list lazily to the left.
Right. North then?
So you take left. You take a left out that door, and it lists lazily to the right because it's north by northeast.
Right, that. Yes. Well, when you enter a movie theater, you always want to go to the left.
We're going to like 1 o'clock, if that helps.
Yes. Well, that's a long time to walk. I mean, it's only like 7:30.
Well, we are walking through shit tunnels. Let's see how long it takes us.
Okay, continue to roll. I would like you to both roll survival. Anybody else may roll this as well, but considering Duncan and Ori are trying to get their way through it.
Oh,
You should
well, I got a
roll
nat 20.
better than I did, because I didn't roll very good.
Well,
So
gotta-
we're going in the sewers now?
yeah,
So I don't cast Pass Without a Trace then.
don't do that, yeah.
We're just going till we find a way out. We're not going
Not till we have to go topside.
Yeah, we just
I
don't want
was
to come out of the house that's supposedly abandoned. I got a nat 20, Mike, so 24. It's a good first roll.
24, Ori.
No, that is a 14.
14, 7. Bagby,
16.
16. Joe, well, this is evident to everybody. You walk for a while basically in a straight line. There are a few offshoots, but they're into pure, you'd have to swim. And I'm going to go ahead and assume you all choose not to.
right.
I'm sure it's nice, crystal clear water, but
No. You do finally find one offshoot to the right, which would take you in an easterly direction. You would know at this point, Joe, the only bonus thing I can give you is that you have been heading steadily downhill basically this entire time. And you, as far as you've walked, you've got to be close to, when you exited the catacombs previously, that you were on the southern edge of the wall. Yes?
yeah.
You've got to be getting close to that wall edge at this point.
To the inner ring.
To the inner ring, yes.
Okay. All right. I tell that to everybody. Sounds like, or it seems like, if we go much further north, we're going to go past where we want to be. We should probably take this one to the right. Go east.
Okie dokie.
Heading that direction, you do fairly quickly find a set of stairs headed up. There is a door. You cannot see past the door.
I'll go
There it is
first.
then.
I would go first.
Okay. The door itself is locked.
Yes, sir.
Could you paint me a picture a little bit? Is the door like in front of the stairs, at the top of the steps, or
At
what?
the top of the steps, it's It's just actually the stairs are wooden and handmade, but the door and outcropping it's coming from, it's basically a jut into the hallway. The door and that stuff, the entryway anyway, seems original, like it's old.
Okay.
The door, however, has been replaced somewhere along the way. It looks sturdy.
I would kind of move to the side and say, "Hey, Duncan,
Right.
think you can break this lock?"
Don't know. Let me have a look then. So is there a keyhole in there?
There is no option for a locking mechanism on this side of the wall, on this side of the door.
Ah, in that case, let me try. So is there a handle on this side?
Yes, and it's not like a flip to open. It's like you push. This thing is either locked or it's shut. Or, you know what I mean? It's unlocked or it's shut.
Okay. Like a deadbolt?
So it's just clear that it's locked on the other side.
Oh,
No, it's just it's a pull only, dude.
Oh, so I have to pull it to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I will attempt to do that. I got another nat 20.
Culminating in what?
27 athletics.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will take a screenshot.
No, it's fine. You
What the fuck?
don't break the door or the handle, but you do, however, you can hear slow bending of a couple of deadbolts on the other side as you eventually pull those off the inner part of the door.
Multiple deadbolts.
You find yourself in a wine cellar.
In a where?
Wine cellar.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, it's perfect for Herschel.
How much
Herschel's
much,
not with you right now.
how much noise did that make?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, it wasn't quiet.
Okay.
You basically pulled nails from old wood, and I don't know if you know that sound, but it's... You know what I mean?
Bagby, do you have that thing that makes us sneaky? Because I think we should probably get moving here.
I
Yep.
hide. Yep. Okay.
Pass
You know-
without a trace.
Joe, I don't mean to nitpick, but if it was deadbolts on the other side, I probably could have crawled under the door. It's fine. It's fine. You did. You did.
Well,
a
then
fine
maybe
job.
you should have made that suggestion earlier.
I wasn't paying attention earlier.
I think the hairstyle is getting to his brain. The
I mean, my other option was to try to absolutely destroy the door. So I feel like this was
okay,
more
everybody
calm
roll
for
stealth
me.
now that Bagby has done Pass Without a Trace. That is a +10. Correct me if I'm
Add
wrong.
10.
Oh, there's the dice. I got a 11 with a natural 1 on the disadvantage.
Nice.
I knock over a wine cask or something.
29.
520 then? Don't much matter though because Joe made a bunch of noise.
Sorry.
Is that a 17, Crucible?
Yep. That's with my disadvantage and a +10.
What was yours, Bagby?
29.
Okay, million. All right. Yeah, Joe basically holds the door open as you all pass him, and enters the room. Immediately kicks both locks that he's put on the metal locks that he's put on the floor, trips over them, and runs into a wine barrel, in which hits the floor and shatters.
Biscuits.
Excuse me. As I stand up and dust myself off.
Who's there?
Could have gone better.
Who's there?
Yeah, it could have.
Shh. Don't say anything.
I'll have the guard on you.
I'm gonna make like hand motions to my dudes, and I'm going to sneak out, all like creepy like, I'm so sorry. I got a little lost.
I'm sorry, is that Bagby doing that voice? I feel like that's not Bagby doing the voice. Okay.
So much.
It's
You gotta layer in the Bagby accent into it. Let's hear that version.
It's Bagby
Oh,
doing.
I'm so sorry, I am.
Oh, sorry. I forgot a little lost.
Goblin! This guy who's standing there takes off running up a set of stairs.
Hey, he's gone.
Fuck.
He's
Well, we might as
probably
well
going to
go.
be back with guard members though, because I definitely scared him.
Let's go then.
Yeah, we might as well go. All right, we'll vacate this house that we've now vandalized. We are the good guys, right?
No.
Should we go through the house or back into the sewers?
I mean, we already caused a commotion. I say we leave the house. They'll probably look in the sewers to find us. Hopefully they don't find where we are based.
All right, Joe, go ahead and roll stealth again.
Cool. I am jazzed to do that. Yay, that's much better. 23 with disadvantage.
Great job. Yeah, you're all able to. You basically follow him back up the stairs. You find yourself in a kitchen. You can hear this person making a large commotion somewhere else in this domicile. Very lavish, very large, by the way, that you can tell based on the size of the fucking kitchen. And there is a nearby exit.
We will take it.
Upon exiting, you find yourself in a gardened area. There's nobody here currently. There's a fence, and you can hear and see the street nearby.
So we have to go over the fence to get to the street?
No, there's a gate.
Oh. We take the gate.
Okay.
He's going to try and jump over the fence anyway.
I'll just
and
walk
it's
through
going
the
to be
gate.
like, it's going to be exactly like Hot Fuzz.
All right.
The gate. Here we go.
You exit. You find yourself on the street. You are definitely still in District 4.
Okay, Duncan, which way towards the academy? Which way is east?
You're able to know that, Duncan. Yeah.
That way.
Okay.
Cheese it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You all leave and head towards the academy. You arrive near the academy district. What is your plan to get through the checkpoint into the district?
Do we still have our courier things from when we first came to a demon guard?
Probably.
I pull mine out and look at the rest of the group. You think this will work to get us past?
I mean, I would anticipate that the guards all have renderings of our likenesses, since, you know, we're fugitives.
That's a good point.
I mean, I can poof through from one shadow to the other.
Got a skill too I could use.
I can't. Oh, actually, I totally can.
It's called Stab a Guard.
No, I can teleport. I forgot I have Misty Step.
Okay, so
I'll just
we've got-
clunk along.
So what's your plan for Crucible?
I'm gonna stand
What's
back
the
to
entrance
the
look like? Can we see the entrance?
Yes. Sorry. Raised portcullis. Wide enough for more than a single wagon to go through, potentially two side by side. Only 2 guards. One checking each side as people enter and exit. And enter is more important than exiting generally, but it's more of just spot checks. They're not like actively looking at it, checking the information on every person.
So if there's no other way, I might have a way to get you through.
It
You're
looks
not
like
gonna like it.
It looks like we could probably get through with just our courier licenses. These guys don't seem to be checking them very closely.
I mean, if you want to try, I am
Are
going
they
to
going
poop
to
because-
accept courier licenses from people who won't show their face?
I mean, they're not really looking at people's faces. We could probably lower our hoods for a second. I don't know. If you guys got another idea, maybe it's better.
Yes, but there's three in our group that stand out pretty obviously.
I'm going to poof to Shadow. Because I am green.
What do we do about Crucible?
I can just hide behind this tree.
Man,
I can
it's looking
turn
good.
him into something a little bit more ubiquitous.
That's totally what I was going to say. Is that would be really cool if you could do that. When did you learn how to do that, Ori? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Just make him a bird. You can just fly through.
What are the rules on polymorph?
If the creature is willing, it happens automatically. That's the first thing that should be noted.
Can you polymorph a Warforged though?
Yes.
Would he end up being
A creature
a
in range
metal
into a new
version of
form.
it?
No.
No, I'm not going to make a metal eagle, as badass as that would be. Duration is up to an hour. You assume the sit points in the new form, blah, 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 blah. Where is it telling me what level it can be?
It's any beast whose challenge rating is equal or less to than the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. So
I could turn it into
Level
I could
7.
turn Crucible into a CR7 creature.
Yes. That is why polymorph is broken, but really fun.
Well, okay. So do you want to be a brontosaurus or a woolly mammoth?
I thought we were
Or-
going for the less conspicuous.
Ubiquitous. That's right.
Ankylosaur.
Well, buddy, what's your favorite bird? I find most metal things like birds.
Dealer's choice. Whatever
I
you
like
feel
the
like.
bird.
Red-tailed hawk it is. Poof.
All right. Well,
All right, now I guess I get a roll to see if anybody saw you turn this Warforged into a red-tailed hawk in the middle of the street.
We're in a dark alley.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. I said
we
you were
didn't
in the street.
specifically
You
say
walked
we
there.
were, so
It was a poor roll, so you're fine.
is the only way in through the through the archway? Like it's a wall otherwise?
There is a door off to the side, but it leads into like the interior of the wall.
Are
It doesn't-
there any openings in the wall or anything like that?
the door on the outside?
I mean, any other ones though?
No.
Any windows? Nothing. It's just solid wall otherwise.
There's
No.
there's archer slats apart
Okay.
a bit ways up.
All right.
Oh crap! I just realized we did that kind of conspicuously. Hold on. I pick up the Crucible Hawk, and kind of make my way back into this corner. I'm like, okay, now I've never gotten to fly myself before, so gonna ask you to do me a favor to get me over there. Don't freak out. I'm just gonna turn into something small enough to ride on your back. Just make like a Just flap your wings a little bit if you understand. Okay, then I turn into not big Spooter Ori, but little Spooter Ori, and just kind of crawl up on.
Eat him. Now's your chance. Go. This nightmare can end, Crucible.
Having never flied before, do I automatically know how to be this creature?
You are, for all intents and purposes, you just are this creature with your own sentience.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it'll work when I do it.
Well, it's a good thing I've got a butt rope parachute.
I think he means when he's a spider.
He doesn't.
All right, so I would say to Duncan, are you planning on just teleporting through?
Aye.
Okay, we've got to find somewhere inconspicuous where we can disappear and reappear.
Well, it's just a matter of finding some place that's a bit out of the way here.
Yeah, and waiting for them to be distracted.
Aye.
So we try to see if we could find a place like that.
Just want to find a corner somewhere. Maybe that's like what we would call a bit of cover,
Mm-hmm.
so I can see through.
Yeah.
and
Okay,
find
roll
in-
perception.
in wherever I'm looking at. Perception then
8.
11.
Both of 2 8s and an 11. Seriously.
No, I rolled a 7.
It's the dice.
Our wisdom casters are fucking animals now. Okay.
You find yourself in a loss. There's people everywhere. The unless you, I don't know, crawl on top of a building, there's nowhere that you couldn't be seen.
How tall are the buildings?
All of them are 2 to 3 stories.
Are there? Is there anywhere it looks like we could crawl on and like peer down? Is there like any a ladder hanging down from any building? Or
Yes,
anything
I'll
like
say that there is a near the nearest house. There is a garden trestle along the side. You can go ahead and climb that onto the roof. These are steep roofs. I will say that.
All right, Duncan, you better go first.
I think what we really need here is just a distraction. So I cast Misty Step.
You climb that trestle, you're about to have
one. Missed. And I just reappear further on the other side of the opening, in the middle of the crowd. But first
Okay.
I have to roll for my wild magic,
You do.
which I'm fine. I got a 9.
Dang it.
So then I just reappear in the middle of the crowd, on the other side of the
Okay.
of the gate.
Roll stealth.
Not particularly trying to be stealthy.
Do you want to be seen?
I'm not trying to be seen, but I don't care if I do.
Okay. I still don't think you're seen if you're in the middle of the crowd. No, they're barely paying attention. So no, you're fine.
Right.
And I'm going to do the same thing. I will poof from a shadow on the outside of the wall to a shadow on the inside of the wall.
What's your range on that?
60 feet.
Okay, you'll find.
And then with my hood still up like that, I start a water show. I start making animal puppets using my whatever they call it.
Prestidigitation.
Shape water.
My shape water. And I make a show and the show is about a dolphin who meets a elephant seal. But first they don't like each other, but then they talk and they exchange gifts, and then they end up liking each other quite a bit. And I infuse it with wonderful colors and light. and hope that a crowd starts to gather around me as I tell the story?
While he's doing that, I would walk up to near the gate and teleport through it.
Well, he didn't roll to see if it worked or not, but would you like to?
I'm going to trust him, and I'm going to hope that he is.
Well, roll your
enough.
performance there, Duncan.
Rolling performance then. 8.
It's a terrible show. Nobody's paying attention. Joe, you do it right in front of the guard.
Well, I mean, like I said, it wouldn't be like walking right up to him and teleporting. It'd be like because it's only 30 feet, so like within 10 feet of the door to the side, just teleport through, like squeak through the open door.
That's a 20. I'm just gonna go ahead and.
They saw me.
Yep.
Okay.
You get to the other side. Hey, you can't do that. From behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's my, and I show him my courier's thing.
Okay.
And I'll say to him, I'm sorry, sir. I've recently found out that I have magic in my family, and I'm still not used to all the stuff that it does. So I do apologize for that. I just meant to walk up to you. Sorry about that.
One person casually observing, as soon as he said that, goes, stuff that it, what? But they let you go.
Have a good day, sir. Walk away. Go over to Bagby.
All right, you're all inside the academy. Crucible, how'd your flying go?
I guess I'm a really good flyer.
You did fine.
I feel like we made that harder than it needed to be.
For sure.
Throw that out there.
Yeah, I probably could have just walked through.
I mean, that could be the title of the book for this campaign. I guess we made that harder than it needed to be.
Why should this week be any different than any other week?
Yeah.
You're all in the academy district.
Just go to Dumahs' office. Actually, do you think it would be worth checking out Adris's office?
Yes. Absolutely.
Might as well, right?
I think we should definitely search it. Oh, caca.
He just looks dead at Bagby, red-tailed hawk that's about as tall as her. Ah!
I hop off and turn it back into Ori, and I'm like, oh, crap baskets. I forgot that you can't just turn out of that whenever you want. We are inside, like safely inside, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I do that.
You didn't say that, but sure.
I put one foot in front of the other, left, right, in a repetitive walking motion.
So where are we going?
Down the street.
Adris's office.
Okay.
Rite?
Aye.
Sure. Do it.
I'm gonna just go ahead and say that you know how you remember how to get there.
Aye.
A couple times.
Now, do you go to his actual office, or are you going to that room that you guys spent a bunch of time in?
Probably his actual office, right?
Let's
both.
start there, and then we got to go to the other one as well. I was about to suggest that we split up, but probably shouldn't do that at this point.
Okay. So you go to his actual office, which is actually closer than the other place. And you find that his name is no longer on the door.
Whose name is on the door?
No one. There's no name on the door.
So he like tendered his resignation before like going on his mind-controlled murder spree.
Guess we don't know. I knock.
There is no answer.
I try the door then.
It is unlocked.
There's a dog.
Except for a
inside.
tiny dog.
There's a tiny dog that makes Laura shit her pants.
I forgot for a moment that my dad was here, and so my garage door opened, and my heart went into my throat.
Oh,
Oh
right.
no.
Whew.
So sorry.
No, it's
So I take a step inside then.
Inside it is mostly boxed up, but still intact. His stuff.
How many boxes are there?
A lot. I mean, he had full bookshelves on the sides, and
Right. Are they labeled at all?
no. Well, there's one labeled desk things, but outside of that, no. Most
Well,
of these
like,
are
look,
just
I can
boxes of
stay
books.
outside and keep guard and make noise if someone shows up.
that sounds like a good idea.
Right. Grab a box.
I'll grab the one that says desks things.
I'll just grab another one.
Yeah, grab another one. Looks like he just started packing and then didn't take his stuff with him.
There's someone packed for him then.
Maybe so.
All right, I guess everybody roll investigation. Except for Joe.
14.
Investigation. Nice.
20,
Yeah,
I can't.
12.
Modified 20.
Okay. That's a 4? 4? Okay. Or you're having a hell of a time. It's packed so tightly that you can't get anything out of it. So you're just trying to get your fingers in on the sides. It's like opening a board game. You just can't quite.
Oh, I
Get
hate
it.
that. I hate that so much. Stupid fat fingers can't. Why does Squiscars has to make the part so hard?
Crucible, basically, you're just going through and looking at. It's a lot of books and old ledgers, class notes and stuff like that. You know, teaching notes. Bagby, the desk stuff is, odds and ends and baubles he had sitting around on his desk. Collection of pens, some pictures of Jenny, various ages.
Does he have one of those cool things with the magnetic cylinders that you could like pull and make little sculptures with them?
Sure, he has one of those. And Bagby has gotten very into that thing.
I'm going to take the pictures of Jenny and put them in one of my bags.
Okay. Duncan, you don't find anything super interesting in and amongst the books. You do notice that as interesting as life as he's led, especially in the past 3 years, supposedly, there's kind of a lack of... it's surprising to you how boring this is, right? Like, if this is truly his, like, inner sanctum of stuff, there should be, like, books on breaking wards if he was trying to break in, you know what I mean?
Right.
If he was doing research on trying to break into the box and find the box, you would assume there'd be more stuff based on that, and there just really isn't. This is just
Certainly
like a
isn't, yeah.
teacher's office.
Right. I don't think he was doing much of his research here.
Joe, perception.
Perception is what I am best at.
It won't need to be high.
4.
Joe gets distracted. He's doing patrols outside, walking back and forth. He's doing a great job of making sure nobody's coming. He's doing excellent work. Everybody in the office, 2 people walk in and see you rifling through all of Idris' stuff. You don't immediately recognize either one of them?
Hello there.
Hello? They're both younger. Can I help you?
Oh, no, we're fine. Thank you. How can we help you then?
They get this, the one gets a shifty look and looks at the other one. No, thank you. And they start to walk away.
I yelled to Joe. Joe!
I'm the guard! I honestly, I'd be like, what? Huh? And turn around.
You see 2 people leaving.
Are they coming towards me or away from me?
They would be kind of both, right? They're clearly angling in the opposite direction of where you're standing, but, you know, they still have to head away from the office.
Like, hey, hello there. Hi.
Hi.
I follow them out.
Do you step in front of them? Because they're going to say hi and keep walking.
Yeah. Not overtly aggressive, but yes, I do get in their way.
Okay. Go ahead and roll intimidation real quick.
Okay. Whoa, 22. This is a 19.
They stop dead in front of you. You're a very large man. Very shiny armor. And you're a guard, god damn it.
I'm a guard. Hi there. I was wondering if you got a couple seconds. I got a couple questions for you, and it looks like my friend over there has a few as well. Seeing Duncan walk out of the room.
No, thank you. We're just we were just looking. And the other one goes, looking for Professor Idris. Looking for Professor Idris. Yeah. I guess he's not here. So if we could go.
What did you need with him? I say loudly, cutting him off.
Just class questions.
Class questions. Are you students of his?
Yes.
What class do you have with him?
They both kind of look at each other. I
put a hand on both of their shoulders and kind of lean in a little closer, and lower my voice a little bit and go, "Why don't you tell me what you're really doing here?"
Listen, man, you take anything you want. We didn't see anything, okay?
I just told you to tell me what you're doing here.
We were just packing his office.
Why would you lie about being his students then?
Because you guys are robbing him?
We're not robbing him. We're acquaintances of his.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you.
Can I roll insight to see if they're being honest?
Sure.
Okay. 13. Not terrible for me.
Roll as well. 18 for me.
Duncan, you feel like they're being honest, but you're not sure. Joe, whatever you want to think, man.
I'll glance at Duncan, see what he thinks. All right, guys.
Listen, we're not here robbing him. We're quite worried, and there's some things they're just looking for some answers. Maybe you can help us with that.
Persuasion.
19.
Okay.
Come on in here then.
Do we have
You'll
to?
be fine, I promise.
Okay. They both cautiously shuffle back into the office.
So I see you're packing him up then.
Yeah,
Well, tell us why.
he hasn't been seen, and there's a note.
A note?
Yeah, he apparently left some note at his house that he had left the city and was quitting.
Do you have that note with you? Who's got that?
I don't know, someone from the school. We're just assistants, lab assistants that were told to come down here.
Who told you to?
What, Councilman Leonard?
Is that a name anyone knows?
That sounds like wasn't that somebody that someone told us was corrupt?
I mean, most of them are.
No, like he was named. He was somebody from there was like, okay, so
Is this all in
from the
character, by
logger
way?
district there was like Davies and Kaprowski, and someone had a long drunk conversation with Kaprowski, but I feel like Leonard was somebody from like the same area, but he was like a known cultist or something.
Patrick's checking the notes.
It feels like
Like-
something Keen told us.
Where
I
we're-
could be wrong here.
While we're looking this up, I'd ask the two assistants. Do you know if Professor Dumahs is still here?
Oh no, he also quit.
About the same time?
A couple days after.
I'm gonna pop up from behind the desk. Curious!
Ah, fuck!
No, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. That's Bagby. She's quite nice.
Oh, I love fucking with Helmies.
Why did that sound racist?
Only because it was.
I sigh deeply and lower my head wearing the helmet in sadness. Thought we were past that, Bagby.
She's gonna claim it was how she was brought up. It was a different time, you know.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Are they cleaning out Dumas' office as well?
No, he said he'd return for it, and I think they did. They were moving new people in the other day.
They did what? Sorry.
I just saw that they were moving somebody new in.
Into Dumas' office?
Yeah, the watchtower. Yeah,
Do you know where they might have stored Dumas'
they both
Or,
shake their head no.
possessions?
They both shake their head no.
Right.
Are you sure you don't know?
Yes. God, for not robbing this place, you sure act like you're robbing this place.
Listen, this is very important, so I need you to pay close attention. There are things happening.
Is this when I start paying attention?
So
Don't make me sick the goblin on you.
you got into school. Good for you.
Are things happening? Important things? Things having to do with the whole city, not just the city, but all of Krasden. Everywhere. You understand?
One shakes yes, the other shakes no. They both have
We
this
need
look
your
on their
help.
face.
The whole world is in jeopardy. We need your help. We need a map of the sewers. Where can we find one? We were hoping it was here. We haven't found it here.
You guys have been down there, right? Never gone down there with professors doing any experiments as assistants?
One of them raises their hand. I went down once for a fungus farm.
Who'd you go with?
Macklin.
And
She's
Did Macklin have a map?
No, there was just some stairs, and she said the waste was good for the fungal growth process.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Listen, we're heroes, all of us. And you could be heroes too.
You can be hero
Where should we go for looking for a map?
one day.
Well, this fungus man, would he have a map?
Um, maybe records?
I feel a bit like we should have thought of that already. That's a good idea.
Think they'd keep a secret hidden map that's illegal? Remember, nobody's supposed to go in the sewers.
But is it secret though here? I mean, Adra said that they certainly have one.
You know what I bet where it is? With the headmaster. They always keep the secret shit.
Right. Where's the headmaster now?
I've only seen Sartal walking around a couple times.
You've been quite helpful. I want to say thank you to both of you. But you have to remember, this is dangerous things we're talking about here. I don't want anything bad to happen to you, so you got to be quiet then.
Roll intimidation.
Eight.
That makes sense for Duncan.
Joe.
He's saying that out of concern for you guys. He's not threatening you.
Did you hear about those guards that got like mutilated in the sewers below the academy?
By minotaurs.
We're gonna fight those things. And we're gonna kill those things. Because that's what we do. But we can't let anybody else know that we're going down there, because you know, there's already 5 of us. We don't need more people being heroes, because then they become a liability. And then it's our fault that they die. So we're just going to take care of it.
Yes.
Yes.
You.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
You have a hall pass?
Are those new?
I will write you one. No one will ask any questions. This boy is allowed to pee in the restroom. Little tiny dick. There you go. It's a drawing of a dick, not a description.
I thought he.
Right.
I wasn't sure if you were saying he had a tiny dick or if the note was from Professor Little Tiny Dick.
No, I just drew a picture of a tiny dick. That way they know that you're going to the boys' room.
Can we go now?
Yeah, you boys have done good work, and you should be compensated for that. And I pull out 10 gold, put it in each of their hands. Guys, have a good day. And remember, don't say a word.
Lincoln, no thank you.
Boo!
Just scared my dog.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Right, because Hugo's the toughest thing on the planet. The
I did actually give them both 10 gold, though.
Okay. They run away real good. And so ends the 20-minute conversation with the unnamed NPCs.
Well, you know,
Mike, you said you love us role-playing, interacting with the world that you've created.
It's Lincoln time. Hello, Lincoln.
Hey there,
his hair is
Lincoln. How are
crazy
you, Noel?
today.
Hey there,
Laura, tell
Lincoln.
Hugo I'm sorry.
What you doing, Lincoln?
More mad at me now.
Look at you, then. Oh, hello. I'm waving to you. What you doing? Are you getting ready to go to work? You got the night shift?
Can you hear the puppers borking?
Everyone can hear the
Bork, bork.
puppers.
You've got to watch the front desk at the Holiday Inn, don't you?
All right, coconut. Say goodnight. Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Lincoln.
Are those shark jammies?
Bye.
Hi.
Daddy kiss though.
So,
Nice.
Good night, buddy. I love you.
so anyhow,
Okay.
suppose there's some sort of a chance that nobody, at least nobody we have access to, has a copy of the map of the original sewer system. Could be information that was totally lost, but I suppose the headmaster of this academy would be the
You guys didn't
Be
find anything in
action.
here?
No, doesn't look like he uses this space for anything but maybe a meeting with people. It's more formal than
might
anything
be
like
that this is all just junk he left behind because it wasn't important.
Aye.
Or it
And-
wasn't important to do Mark.
That sounds suspicious to Joe, so Joe cast Detect Magic.
Because
Do I-
I found a bunch of pictures of Jenny, and I think that the real, not mind-controlled Adris would take those with him.
Aye.
Yeah, but
Right.
it was the mind-controlled Adris that left.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. The stuff here was not important to Dumahs.
Right.
Ritual cast or regular cast?
Just regular.
Okay. In the box with Bagby, you sensed some magics.
Bagby, what's in the box there?
Just random shit from his
Don't
desk.
see it. Don't see
Okay,
it.
well, there's something magic
See it.
in there.
Oh, cool, you can find it. Push.
Okay.
It is, in fact, upon getting the box, you realize it's not the box. It was something behind the box. That is now in a bag that Bagby has.
Bagby, what did you take something?
I just took pictures of Jenny.
Ooh, can I see it real quick? Is this the magic thing?
Yes.
What sort of magic thing is it?
There are 4 pictures. They're all just pictures of Jenny. The sort of magic is... God, I never remember to look this up.
Enchantment?
Divination.
Ooh.
What is it? Sorry.
Divination.
I pass that on to the group, and I hand it to Ori or Crucible, who's ever closer, and tell them I have no idea what to do with this.
Divination and illusion, actually. Sorry.
Ho ho ho.
Hey, hey, hey.
I gently poke the picture to see if it like my fingers just going through a illusion of what's on
They're
top.
they're sure pictures, all right. They are sure pictures.
Take the pictures out of the frames. I whisper from inside another box.
You have climbed inside of a box,
It fits, she sits.
looking out through the slots in the handhold.
Uh-huh.
All right, I would examine the picture. I would take it apart. I would do all of this stuff trying to determine what's going on with it, and I would try and determine.
All right, investigation.
Okay.
Crucible, are you assisting him? Because he asked both of you to look at it.
I was away. I'm not sure what we're doing right now.
There are magic pictures of Jenny that they got from the desk. Crucible has asked, or sorry, Joe handed them to you and Ori. There's 4 pictures of Jenny. They are divination and illusion magic. He has asked you what's up, bro? Because you're a magic person.
Duncan, too. I mean, anybody who can do magic.
I don't know if Duncan's that kind of magic person.
No.
Yeah. Duncan's a little more just kind of wiggles his fingers and shit happens.
Right. I just kind of.
Ori, what was your investigation?
12.
12. Crucible. 5. Well, both of you are having a lot of trouble just taking them out of the frames, because they're those ones that are like real tight that you have to swivel, but it's just not swiveling. It's you really can't get your finger. I mean, Crucible, you don't have fingernails, nor you cut yours pretty recently, so really getting in there is a bit of an issue.
Actually did.
I would take it and try to open the thing up. since these two chuckle fucks can't figure out.
As soon as you see 2 morons humping a doorknob, you decide to help.
Do I need to roll sleight of hand to open a picture? Or is that a thing that I can do?
No, you're able to open the frames for them and give them back. You may both roll investigation again.
This is. If only we had an intelligence caster who was interested in this.
As best as I can tell, I'm the only intelligence caster in this group. I'm
Fun
talking
fact.
about real life.
Your words are hurtful.
+3.
Well, why aren't you investigating it?
Because she's in her box.
I have a box.
Get out of the damn box.
Oh, what? Do you need me? Do you need my +6 Arcana and +3 Intelligence?
I don't know if you're aware of how goblins work, but if they fit, they sit.
We're like cats.
Yeah,
Here, I will
Bagley,
take a look.
if you want to help them, that's probably a good idea.
You don't know anything about magic, but yes. Sure,
I
go
have a +6 to Arcana.
sure. But, okay, go for it.
Just explaining that I know a little about magic.
So, investigation.
Oh,
Hugo, what the
I know.
fuck is going
It's
on?
going crazy. 17.
Crucible is looking at his. He can't. Seems to, it's a picture inside Ori, it's a picture inside. You have a third one. You take a third one off of him. You open it, and you're looking at it. You decide to look at it through the light, and there's it's shiny as you point it through the light. It
If
looks.
you hold it to the light, it's really shiny.
All right. Well, I do the
Nice.
work of my people, and I check it up against the light for moon runes.
Hugo, no.
I hold it over a toaster to see if any writing appears.
There's no
Hugo.
toaster.
So one of us went Lord of the Rings, one of us went National Treasure.
Yeah, it's just something you did as a kid where you wrote in lemon juice on a piece of paper and you hold it over a toaster and it shows up.
I was back when toasters were incredibly dangerous. The
So much better. They were so much better back then.
No.
I'm sorry I fucked with your dog's chi.
Go ahead and roll. You can see that as you hold it up to the light and you spend a little bit of time just looking at it. It appears as if it's moving. Each picture.
Oh, is it like one of those holographic pictures that when you move it, you can see?
No, holding it still, it does. It still appears like it's changing.
Do the pictures appear to be in any type of order? Like they're trying to tell a story if we put them in sequence?
You can try that. Is there a particular sequence you would want to put them in?
Yeah, I want to put them in the sequence that makes sense.
The
Sounds good.
pictures are Jenny at different ages, so maybe if we put them from youngest to oldest, like she's growing up.
Wait, this is divination magic, right? Are these
Divination
pictures
and
of what-
illusion.
Are these pictures of what Jenny's doing right now? Is that what they are when we hold it up to the light?
There, it's silvery moving something.
We can't make anything out at all.
So you put them in order, youngest to oldest in a single line. Roll perception.
14.
55.
Ooh.
17.
19.
Crucible. You notice that the two youngest pictures and the two pictures of the older ones, the two younger ones, in the youngest in the bottom left corner, the second youngest in the bottom right, the oldest in the top, the third youngest in the top right, and the oldest in the top left, all have a singular shape that, as it moves slightly, appears to be the same shape. You decide to place them in a square instead.
And when I place them in a square, what do I then notice? 16.
You see that small shape in the middle moving is in the shape of a boat. And now you can see that the shimmering movement around it
Is the water.
is waves.
I
So
think
if I-
you're definitely right, Joe.
If I stare at one point and slightly squint,
I never
I
could get
see a
those to work.
3D image
I
of
can never get those to work. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
a
sailboat.
schooner.
Does it look like Jenny's boat?
It's very. It could be any boat. Here's the thing: it's top down. It's the top down of an outline of a boat, and it's not. There's no detail on it. There's you don't see sails or anything like that. It is very rudimentary, blacked in shape. I say blacked in, it's just colored in with the shimmery color that you've seen otherwise.
I bet that's the boat Jenny's on right now. That's how he knows where she is. Always.
So he's tracking her with these pictures.
Or he was back when he was himself.
No, it's still working.
Aye.
There's one more thing of notice on it, Crucible, now that you're looking at it. There is a constant small, very small arrow pointing, at this point, the top right direction.
So basically, this is a way to track Jenny. And from what I understand, we don't want to be able to track Jenny, do we?
Well, we certainly don't want,
We don't want him to be able to track Jenny.
Right.
and we don't want Dumahs to be able to do that.
But there might be a point when we want to know where she is. Perhaps
If
we
for
should
no
keep
other
him then.
reason but to avoid her.
Hmm.
I think we should keep him then.
Maybe I'm being overly cautious, but I don't think one person should carry all 4 pictures.
I agree. I was going to say I think we should split them up.
Yes, I agree. You 4 should split them up.
Part of me agrees with that because we know how irresponsible you are.
I will take
Yikes.
one and put it in my bag.
It is true. Any very rollable paper is in danger around Ori.
That's irresponsible. It's not the
You
right.
actually beat me to that joke.
What was that, Crucible?
I was going to say irresponsible is probably not the right word. That it almost sounded like an insult. I'm just saying that you're not always quite sober. Let's put it that way.
I'm just saying you have a problem. That's all.
I'm just saying anybody that burns cookies while they're sober is to be a concern.
He has a problem, and the rest of us have a solution. Here, here.
There we go.
It's not habit forming. I don't know what to tell you.
It's not. Everybody always says non-habit forming, but go through the day without it. You stoner ass motherfucker.
Was there any other magic in the room that I sensed besides what we brought with us?
No.
Okay, guys, we should probably get the hell out of here before.
Absolutely.
Guys, come
We've
back.
lingered too long.
Right.
Add one of the pictures to all of your inventories. Make sure you know, except for
Okay.
Ori. Okay.
Do we high risk, high reward? Do we want to talk to the headmaster in hopes that he has some kind of map, or / that we can have some kind of friend topside in the city?
Keep in
If we can
mind
make
you
a
are
good
still
impression.
wanted criminals.
Yeah. But if anybody in this city is going to actually look at the evidence and see that we are being set up, it's probably one of the big brains here. Yeah, said still high risk to talk to him, so I'll leave that up to you guys.
I feel that's a little too risky.
I worry about the headmaster because if he had full control over the school, don't you think he would have noticed that one of his teachers was potentially being mind controlled? And we
As
don't know how many people Dumahs can mind control at one time. He could also have control over the headmaster.
That is a very distinct possibility. It is a very large academy. It's possible that he just overlooked it. But it is, I would say, equally plausible that you are very much correct that he is either controlled or condoning what certain professors here are doing.
In any case, let's get out of here.
You don't need no stinking map.
Well, we need to get out of his office in any case.
Yep.
Should we try to find anything as we're walking out of the office? I would say. Should we try to find anything of any of Dumahs' possessions or Dumahs' possession?
Do we check records like those idiots said?
I don't think we're going to be able to get anything from records without saying who we are.
You can check out Dumahs' office.
Well,
Right.
his yeah, okay. Anyone know where that is?
We were there already.
You've been there.
Right.
Right. Anyone remember where it is?
Let
I'll
me
say
find out.
Everything is.
I'll say Duncan does for sure because he's got that natural direction sense.
I'm quite good with maps and things, remembering where things are.
Except
That
for his
is-
keys. Can never
always
fucking
forget
find
the
his
keys.
keys.
Well, I put them in here, the box, and then they just get lost down in there. It's hard to find things.
They're a little
you've
wet.
actually got a
Moist.
speedboat, but you just keep forgetting about the keys.
I take them. I lead them to Dumahs' office then.
Okay. Reminder. Well, let me get the reminder. He is. He had like a mini tower unto himself. Not a full tower. It's only 2.5 stories or something like that. But it was. He was an astrologer, or that's what he was teaching: astrology and astronomy. And so he has his own little observation. He had his own little observation.
It's
building.
not the size of the tower that matters so much as how he used the tower. So
Okay.
I don't know if that's so true.
Well, up to the observatorium we go.
You, there's no guards or anything. You can walk right up to the front. Doors open. Inside, you see a gaggle of older-looking students. Not bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, little more, probably senior students or something like that.
How many persons constitutes a gaggle?
4, sure. I don't care.
4.
The somebody sort of not barking orders but directing. Older lady, very regal in her academy robes, just sort of pointing people in directions.
hello there.
Hello. If you're here to help, the large pieces are still out along the side. A couple strapping young lads over there. Good. Finally have some people who have lifted something in their lives.
I'm sorry. What, you want us to move things then?
The desk. The desk is along the side. Go outside along the side. It's there.
Oh, yep. Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Sure.
Are you expecting us to move it in, or are we taking it somewhere? Because we're actually here.
Well,
for
I'm
Dumahs.
not going to be working outside. Yes, inside.
No, I'm sorry. I think that you've misunderstood it. We're here to pick up the belongings of Professor Dumahs.
Oh, he has. They're mostly all gone. That's all gone.
Where to go then?
I don't know. There's I would assume his estate, or perhaps some storage. I've never met the man.
Well, so someone else was hair picking the things up, because that's what we're here for.
I would be going to get the desk.
Yeah. Oh, looks like things have been a little redundant there in their efforts. Yep. You know, friend asks for help, you help him. So I would go with Joe to help move the desk.
I can't wait for Joe by himself to move this desk. The
Oh,
It's the
that's
thought
rude.
that matters.
Joe, go ahead and roll athletics with advantage because Ori's there. In a
wow.
supervisory role.
Don't know if I'll need it. I got a 26.
There you go.
19.
Can't hear
Pivot.
anything you're saying.
Pivot.
Thanks, Ori. As I have this enormous desk just picked up.
What is wrong with the dog?
So many things. I'll be right back.
You don't live with the dog anymore. Where are you going? Okay, we'll just stay with Duncan. She directs you to where to put the desk down over in the corner.
I gently set it down.
You want you strapping? Fantastic, fantastic. I'm gonna guess physical education. She slaps you. She slaps you on the chest, real quick.
That's fair.
Duncan, do you have anything else to?
I stand there, small, green, and awkward.
I'll ask her before we go. I'm glad I could help you out with the desk. And I really do apologize. I know my blue friend there was asking you about Professor Dumahs stuff. It is really important that we find where some of his personal effects are. Do you think you might know where they took him?
I know he hasn't vacated his premises yet because I'm supposed to move in.
Do you have a where that is?
Yes.
An address?
She goes up to a piece of paper, scribbles it down. Here, if you could please just get the move along.
Much
Everything.
appreciated.
I have everything
Thank you.
in a warehouse on the port. It's just sitting there getting wet.
All right, and then we go. And then I would pass it to someone who knows what the hell this city is.
Duncan.
Because I am a country bumpkin. Here you
Duncan, it's not far. It's still in the Academy District.
Right. Follow me.
You, this is towards the edge of, towards the Market District, so eastern edge. There's just like a series of apartments. This is like a townhouse connected. Unremarkable from the outside.
I suppose I expected something more from him.
Probably had to keep a low profile.
I checked the door then.
Locked.
Is there any windows?
Yeah, I mean it's old school brownstone where you got a front door, big ass window, and then you're on to the next one, or front door, big ass window. You know what I mean?
I'll take a peek inside through the window. Do I see
Perception.
anything? Perception. Just the 8.
And we'll go ahead and say in advance this time. If there is just a little bit of room to squeak under that door, I can just unlock it from the inside before we start breaking.
Yeah, sure. There could be room if you're like a mouse or something. You don't see anything particular from the outside. You do notice that what little you can see because of the curtains and whatnot, there's still furniture. So,
But I can basically see inside.
you can somewhat see inside, but due to curtains, you can't really get details or anything like that.
No, all right. But I think at this point I could still cast Mist. So I rolled first of all, I'll roll my wild die.
Okay.
9, so I'm good there. Then I'll cast Mist, and I just teleport to the other side of the glass, so I'm inside.
Okay. Ori, do you unlock the door with your change in shapes and stuff?
If seeing him do that, I wouldn't do that. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you're going. And then out of concern, I would put my ear up to the door and I would listen really closely to see if I can hear anything other than Duncan stumbling around in there.
All right, go ahead and roll perception. You as well, Duncan.
Guess I just heard Duncan.
11.
Well, he misty stepped in and immediately stepped on something on the carpet.
Was it squishy?
The landmine.
Was it red?
It was a pen sitting on the floor. Your boots covered in ink.
He's gonna leave old-timey footprints everywhere. It's a clue.
Oh, because I don't wear boots, so it's just on my feet then.
Yeah, but if it's blue ink, you won't even notice.
It's liquid though, right?
Yeah.
So, I use my shape water then. And I try to wash the ink up, and it's all in the water now, and I put it back into my water skin.
Okay.
So I've got very blue water in my water skin.
Artificially blue. Okay.
Don't
Yeah.
drink that.
Well, this
11.
isn't my drinking.
Okay.
11
11.
looking, well, after a few drinks, it might be his drinking. You looking around, so this front room is well furnished. Pretty thick layer of dust. Looks mostly unused.
I start carefully walking towards the front door.
Okay. You're able to, there's like an excessive amount of locks on this door, but yes.
Open it then. There's an excessive amount of locks on this door.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah,
click,
it would be very similar to that.
Seems to be an ongoing theme there, eh?
Hasn't been here in a while. Come on in.
Don't mind if I do.
Trot.
Okay. We're gonna mute.
While inside, I'm assuming you shut the door as soon as they all enter.
Hmm.
Go ahead and there are 2 stories to this place. And go ahead and tell me where you all go and what you're looking for.
I'm going to stay near the door and try to not trip into anything and break it.
That's a good call.
Joe, how long can you keep that looking for magic stuff up, and how far does it go?
It's probably been 10 minutes since I used it, but I can use it again. It's only 10 minutes. So, Mike, I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's been 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I cast Detect Magic again. It's 30 feet.
Okay. You would sense some magic stuff both below you and above you.
Well, looks like some down there, and there's some... Well, you can't see me doing that. There's some down there and some up there. And we lost Phil.
Good
It's
loose
all right.
Bill.
He'll be back.
Okay.
He's never gone long.
The types of magic, by the way, below you, which one?
I don't know why this specifically happens when I'm running Zoom. The internet just disconnects on my laptop. I'm gonna have to get that Ethernet cable out again. Sorry about that.
Above you, you sense enchantment magic and transmutation. And below you, you sense... I think that's... enchantment magic and... transmutation.
What was the first one? Because I think you said enchantment and transmutation for both of them.
Enchantment and... Did I?
I thought so.
Oh, no, it's enchantment and divination above you,
Okay.
and enchantment and transmutation below you.
Okay. So we got two things of magic. Upstairs is enchantment and divination, and downstairs is enchantment and transmutation. I guess I'll try to find the basement.
I could go with Joe then.
Hearing that on my way up the stairs, I would start kind of feeling around just the open
My
air.
own groin.
The open air towards the ceiling of any like what seems like would be a good vantage point of the stairs. I'm just going to be feeling around the emptiness. If my hands happen to catch something.
Roll perception.
Okay.
I know what you're looking for. Yeah. That's 20. No, you do not. You're very specific. You look, check all the corners and crevices, and no, you do not find any of that. You do not find a seeing stone anywhere in this house.
Clear
Oh.
seeing stones.
I could help you be stealthy if you wanted to come with us and point out the specific objects. Might make our search go a little faster.
You talking to me?
No, the other person that can sense magical.
Oh,
things.
well, I said I was going to go downstairs. I think maybe you walked away when I said that.
Quite possibly.
I actually was going to say that I was going to ritual cast detect magic upstairs once I got there, but I got cut off by my internet.
Okay. Sure. You can be upstairs. Crucible and Duncan, what are you doing?
I'm kind of keep an eye on making sure we weren't, noticed, followed, anything like that.
So you're gonna hang out by the front window?
I'm hanging out by the front, yeah.
Okay. Duncan?
I'll go. So, Bagby, are you going with Joe?
I'll go with Joe and make sure he's sneaky.
All right, I'll go with Ori then. Make sure he's, less Ori.
Makes sense. Best friend fist bump.
Crucible, you see this.
I'm sorry.
What?
I didn't mean to.
What was that?
Nothing.
All right. We'll start, since Ori's ritual casting once he gets upstairs, Duncan, you would see that. Do you just hang out with him while he does that, or are you investigating?
Yeah, right. As long as I keep an eye on him, just make sure everything's okay. I would also like to investigate. So I will roll and investigate. I don't know quite what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that might be helpful in any way, especially maps and things like that. 13.
13. You, there's 3 rooms upstairs. There is, they're all bedrooms. They were designed to be bedrooms, I would assume. One's like a junk room, catch-all. Hasn't been used in quite some time. Dust is thick in the air. One is completely empty. And the last, towards the back of the house, you find clearly the bedroom. Scarce, single wardrobe, full of. It's very utilitarian. It's like, same style clothes, same color. I've got my 5 sets of clothes, and that's all I need. You know what I mean?
Right. He doesn't have to think about it then. I mean, sometimes I don't know what kind of like. I wake up and I'm like, should I wear my blue pants or should I wear my other blue pants?
Yes. Very similar. And then a single small bed next to with a wash bowl on a nightstand. Very scant.
Right. I find the empty room odd, so I go back in there.
Okay.
Why would you have just an empty room? Is the dust settled in different ways? Like there used to be things in there, but then now there's not things in there?
No. There's it's entirely empty.
Right. Ponder that for a bit.
All right. Joe and Bagby. Wandering back through the house. There's really only one way to go. You have to walk through that front like sitting room to the one other door. Walking in there is a kitchen. With a dining table of sorts sitting there. Dining table's clearly never been used. And the kitchen very, very lightly used.
I will spend 2 key points to cast silence around Joe and I. So no sound will exit from our little area, 20-foot radius area.
You also can't communicate with each other.
Correct.
Okay. Roll perception now that you're in there.
$14.
Apparently, my perception is based on how loud I can be. I got a 1. Comes out to a 2.
You don't realize that she's cast silence, and you're blown away by everything. You think you're actually going deaf. Bagby.
Mop.
What'd you roll again? What'd you roll, Bagby?
Oh, 14.
14. Joe told you that there's something in the basement. There is no basement. There's no door to the basement. There's no back door. There is. You are at the back of the house.
I'm gonna tap him.
No. Sorry. I'd look around and I'd probably come to the same realization. Is there any large objects that, or I guess, are there any rugs or anything that would look like it would be, kind of obvious concealing a trapdoor? Or any large pieces of furniture, perhaps?
Large pieces of furniture.
I am keeping Detect Magic up, by the way.
There is, well, now that you're in this room, you can sense, since you have Detect Magic up, you can sense that the wall, the back wall under where, like, the stair landing would be, there is an illusion spell happening there.
I would go over to investigate that.
Okay.
I'd point at, or if Bagby is looking at me, I'd point at that.
Okay. What do you do to investigate?
So it's I'm looking at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'd knock on it. Well, fuck, there's no sound.
Your hand passes clean through.
Oh, well, okay, that worked. I would jump back in horror at the at losing my hand for a second, and I would get a hold of myself and look at Bagby and shrug.
I push Joe.
I'm behind you.
And you would thank the gods that nobody heard that scream because it was not flattering for you.
Yeah.
I go through the wall then.
Okay. Yes, you find yourself on a landing to a set of stairs heading to a basement.
I poke my head back out from the wall and just go,
What would I roll to not crap myself seeing Bagby's disembodied head.
Let's
through
go
the
with.
wall.
I feel like that's a wisdom save.
Okay, I got a 17. I expected her to come back, I guess. So I would follow through.
Yeah, and this place is clearly designed with the house. It looks the same age, same build.
Okay. So it is stairs down, right?
Just stairs down. It's
Okay.
pretty fucking dark down there.
I would light up a torch because Bagby may be able to see in the dark, but I can't. And I do have a bunch of torches.
Okay. It'll still be with you because there's no way it's been 10 minutes yet. But the heading downstairs, you find yourself in just. It's probably just a pantry cellar or a wine cellar of some sort. You know what just an underground cold cellar. You are in a small pantry room. There's one door leading back towards the front of the house. The direction of the front of the house. Down the stuff, there's like one large set of I don't know. There's just like crates and barrels.
Is
and
the
shit.
magic on the other side of the door?
Yes.
I would point at the door to Bagby. And if she doesn't do anything, then I guess I would go investigate it to see if there's any traps or anything. I mean, I'm not very good at that, so it'd have to be pretty obvious.
You can investigate the door, I guess.
Sure. With my +0, I got a 14.
14. You see something weird written on the floor. Just like scribblings on the floor.
Is it in Common or Elvish?
Nope.
I point at it to Bagby.
May I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
19.
These are some sort of runes. You do remember that Adris claimed that he was an enchanter.
I'm gonna back up. And I'm gonna point down at the floor and go.
I'm going to go and look at her kind of grumpily.
I'll drop silence. Well, it was an option. You're really loud. Those are runes. He's an enchanter. It's an enchantment thingy. I don't know how to make it go away.
Do any of our people know how to spell this sort of thing?
Probably
Do
not.
we need to metagaming pigeon on this?
No. You
Mm-mm.
don't need a metagaming pigeon on this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did
that I
you feel
remember
like me
it.
asking that was metagaming, Phil, or what?
He was asking the character.
Yeah, I was asking Bagby if she knew.
Oh,
if-
sorry, I can't tell.
No, I was
I'll
asking.
shut up.
So, hey, can you not tell the difference between my Joe voice and my regular voice?
You used to
I'm
be able
sorry.
to.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Or
Hey, Ori. Hey, Bagby.
all right, Bagby. So we found this ward. I think we need to go find the rest of the guys. Because I don't think we got the tools to take care of this.
I mean, we could throw something on it and see what happens.
Why don't you let me back up a bunch first?
Yeah, you back up. I will throw something at it.
I will
Well-
walk up to the top of the steps.
Got your back.
Have
will take it.
fun.
Apple out of my bag.
Wait. I am going to stay within 10 feet of her. I changed my mind.
Okay.
I'll back up to the base of the stairs and I'll take an apple and like roll it into the glyphs.
Okay. Nothing happens.
So dramatically, slowly watching the apple roll down.
Nothing happens. An apple rolls into a door.
Well, that's probably perfectly safe then.
I mean, fuck it. I say that, and I told her to back up a bunch.
I back up a bunch.
And then I step on the glyph.
Nothing happens.
I open the door.
Okay, go ahead and roll a will.
Something happened.
Go ahead and roll. Jeez, what is this?
If you were gonna say will, it's probably wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. Wisdom.
You go.
That is a 25. I have a +8 to wisdom.
Okay. You are able to resist. That puts it at half damage. As you get electrocuted as the thing opens.
Is this considered a spell?
Yes.
Okay. How much damage do I take?
You're going to take... I need to roll for it real quick. Sorry. It is... that's 8.
I take 4 damage then.
There you go.
And then I will steam a little bit and heal myself with lay on hands.
How do you lay on your hands yourself?
I will go. After I just got fucking zapped.
Crucible. I'd like you to roll perception.
22.
Sitting there at the window, watching out into the academy streets. Pretty normal day. Nothing too crazy. After a few minutes of standing there, just watching out into the crowd, you see a couple of guards jog by the house. And then
They exercising?
they look hurried. But they're not coming to the house. They're not coming near the house. They're jogging by. And you have and it gives you pause. And then you realize you don't see guards for a little bit. The next... Not even casually.
Okay.
After another minute or so, you start to see people walking from that direction. Nobody hurried or worried, but there a lot of talking and pointing and indicating back in that direction with like annoyed glances or serious brows. You know what I mean? You would also know that you are very close to the eastern, well, it'd be the northeastern edge of the district. Not a lot over there except for the, eastern entry to the library or the eastern gate of the district itself.
Not set back where we came.
No, you came from the other direction.
Oh, we came from the other direction. Maybe.
Well, part of me would like to check it out, but I don't want to leave my post.
You would be aware that Ori is still at the top of the stairs, channeling his spell.
Because I stand out so much in a crowd, I have concerns going out.
That's fair. Just making you aware.
Yep.
Okay. Ori will say it's time on your thing.
Okay.
So, you sense, well, it would be from the room with, it would be from the bedroom. The magical energy.
You
The
probably
magic
also
I'm
sense
sensing is from the.
probably also sense a big bolt of lightning too. From the base.
Yeah, somewhere along the way, there's something in the basement happened. You probably heard a bit of a
As I was channeling,
Krakatoa.
like doing my signs, it's like I hear like something like a bug zapper going off. I'm like, Joe found a ward. Keep going.
Yes.
So the magic's all coming from the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing from the junk room or the empty room.
Nope. Wandering to the yep. If you go into the bedroom,
Yeah, I would follow the signature and try and pinpoint it.
all of it is coming from behind the wardrobe. Some of it actually a few feet behind the wardrobe.
Listen, we've got like it's already almost 9. We do not have time to go to Narnia right now.
Do you want Turkish delights or do you not want Turkish delights, you selfish son of a bitch? Because I want
Fine,
Turkish
I'm moving
delights.
the fucking wardrobe.
I gotta pee. Be right back.
Oh.
Turkish delight is actually really, really good, and I would like some.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a gummy candy from Turkey, and it is covered in powdered sugar.
Oh.
But it's a very, very soft gummy.
Like a gumdrop, kind of.
Yes, but without the like. You know how dots are really. I don't know why I'm talking like Bagby. You know how dots are
Why
like,
break character now?
soft in the middle, but kind of have a weird, dried out
Yeah.
exoskeleton. It's like only the middle part of dots with powdered sugar around them.
Oh, okay.
But milder.
Like gumdrops, like the kind that you put on like the gumdrop tree at Christmas, are just like solid. Like they're all gummy all through. There's no hard part.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought Turkish delights were cigarettes my entire life.
That's probably what they were supposed to represent.
They just sound like cigarettes.
No, there's it's not called. You're thinking of Turkish lights.
Oh. Maybe.
Because Turkish style cigarettes are a distinct style of cigarette.
Yeah. Maybe I just had those two confused in my head.
Yeah, we knew someone who smoked them a lot when they were not smoking the cheapest cigarettes imaginable.
Oh yeah, Lucky Strikes would go to otherwise.
I was going to share my screen so that you could see Turkish delights, but I can't share my screen.
I'm sure I can Google it.
Yeah.
I can allow you to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So then
I don't know if you guys saw Bars talking about the Drow sign language stuff. I think that's actually like really fascinating.
These are Turkish delights. They
Oh,
look
okay.
like little fruity marshmallows.
All right.
Okay, now I'll
What
stop
is
sharing my
happening?
screen. But that's a Turkish delight.
We're looking at Turkish delights.
Oh, stream was as well, kind of. The
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah.
Quite delightful. Hence the name.
Yeah.
Eh.
They're really good.
I roll to see if I notice that Ori just walks into the bedroom. 10.
yeah, you
can
would
keep
know.
track.
He's the only other person up there with you, and there's only 3 rooms.
Right. So I follow him in there.
Okay.
I look over at Duncan. I say, the magic's coming from behind this wardrobe, and I just kind of try and put if there's room, whatever side there's more room, I would push it to the side that way.
Okay. Go ahead and roll athletics.
Oh gosh, are you gonna make me so wimpy I can't even move? Little bitty wardrobe with only 5 outfits in it.
It's made of really nice wood, the heavy kind of wood.
Yeah, it could, rich mahogany.
Mahogany.
I help him then.
Go ahead.
I do quite well.
You put your back into it. But it actually does take both of you pushing on it. It's very heavy to move this thing out of the way. Behind it is a door into a small room. Clearly, maybe this wall was built, or there used to be a closet here or something, but this is a small room. In it, you see...
Oh, so you mean there's a doorway? There's not an
There's a
additional door we
doorway.
have to open?
There's a doorway.
Okay.
In it, you see a scrolls and books all along bookshelves, completely along the walls. Ori, your magicalness feeling is specifically coming from a rolled up scroll in like a one of those poster tubes.
Poster tubes, yeah. Okay, case. I would approach it, hesitate slightly.
Double,
Do I think this thing is going to harm me if I touch it?
triple take. 1, 2, 3.
Can I get a sense of that? Can I roll anything to determine if this
Arcana.
thing's going to harm me when
Go
I
for
touch
it.
it?
Go for
Arcana.
it.
Okay. 14.
You do not see any. You do not see any runes or writing on the outside of the poster tube.
Doesn't seem to be warded. Okay. After that slight hesitation, I pick it up. Scroll the top. Pull the contents out. See if I can gently unroll it and read it.
There's many pieces of paper inside of it, actually.
Oh.
Sort of haphazardly pressed together on one larger piece of paper. You roll it out on. There's a little desktop right in front of you.
Okay. Is the lighting okay in here? I mean, it doesn't matter to me, but
I mean, you'd get
check
some
it
light
with my
through the
phone.
window from the bedroom in here, but there's no like candle lit or anything. Both of you go ahead and roll perception real quick.
Key
14.
18.
It's complicated to understand at first. The back, it's a bunch of little pieces of paper, various sizes and shapes, all seemingly haphazardly stapled or glued or whatever's needed to attach to this larger parchment in the back. And there's no rhyme or reason to the stacking or the placement. Some overlap in very inconvenient ways where you couldn't pull them up, and you'd have to be very careful on how you looked at it. But Ori, you realize you're looking at a very extensive map of the underground of Adinagard.
Yay!
You don't know shit. You shut the fuck up.
No,
I'm just happy I got electrocuted and didn't die.
Now, deciphering this is looking at the ramblings of an insane person. Like, this is like Mountains of Madness.
God, it's Charlie's map.
Yeah, yeah. At the top of this,
Pepe Silva.
yeah, it asks who Pepe Silva is. It's rough. It's bad. It would take a while to try to figure out what the fuck all this is.
I'm Duncan. I feel quite confident that this is a description of the layout of the underground of this city. It's to put it politely, it's a fucking fustercluck. And yeah, we'll just have to take this with us and figure stuff out.
Right.
Put it away gently, and yeah, I think we're all done up here, and I think I heard Joe getting zapped downstairs, so we should probably
Right.
check that out.
Okay, back downstairs. Meanwhile, doors open.
Yeah.
You,
Breathe out smoke.
yeah, little bit of a rosy cheek situation.
I open the door.
Doors open.
The rest of the way.
Now that you've opened it, you can see on either side were those wards. The door.
Did
the
I
door.
trick both of them?
No, the door opening and crossing the threshold of the wards is what triggered it, not the
Okay,
anybody standing on them.
but they're triggered. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What's
Interesting.
inside?
Roll perception real quick. It's very dark.
I will too.
3.
7.
3 actually makes sense. So hanging directly in front of you are curtains. Sheen, but still curtains. Your torchlight doesn't quite penetrate. Bagby, you lift up the torch and look through. Lift up the curtain and look through into the room. And there's a table in the middle of the room with other smaller tables and desks surrounding it.
Anything, Bagby?
There's a table, and then there's some other tables and some desks. It's either a workshop or a classroom.
Well, we don't need these curtains in any case. Yoink.
You yoink. You can see a little better now. You can both re-roll again.
Do you see the magic glowing of the magic thing you were looking for?
That is an excellent question. Or was it just the ward?
It was not the wood.
Okay. I got a 12.
I mean, that's also enchantment, so yeah, but you notice that. 12, and Bagby?
8.
You're doing a great job.
I'm doing so good.
Well, everything's set to medium creature height, so, you know, it looks like a table, and then some
I
other...
see some table legs. I
like
see some chair legs. Oh, look, there's some lint on the floor.
No, there's no chairs in here. There's some rolly tables, like stuff like that. Joe, roll history.
Nat 20. With
Okay.
a 0.
You, this reminds you of the place you dropped off Adris at, like just the layout of the room.
Bagby, does this look like a surgery place, right? A hospital, kind of like a medical
Yes.
place. Bagby, does this kind of look like that medical place where we dropped Adris off? Do you notice any similarities?
Well, pick me up so I can see it from your view.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here.
I'm going to ride on your shoulders from now on.
Oh, okay.
Down here.
That works.
Does it look similar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is the magic coming from?
Magic is coming from the back wall sitting on it's like a countertop that runs the length of the room. There's some shelving above and below.
I would make my way over there somewhat cautiously, just looking for any more wards on the ground.
Well, your perceptions have been terrible, so...
I know, but I also detect magic too, so hopefully that would help find any.
No, there's no
magical
other magic
traps.
in the room. Just
Okay. We go over there. It looks like it's either on the counter or in the cupboards.
It's on the counter.
Okay, what is it?
There's a long cloth over it. You pull back the cloth. Underneath are stone surgical equipment.
Stone?
Go ahead and
I
roll
know-
history, both of you.
14.
Ooh, I rolled very well. 23.
Bagby, this stuff looks very similarly to, and I'm an idiot.
Dr. Scaplin?
Nope.
Looking for villains when there aren't any.
I hope he doesn't use stone tools.
This looks very similar, mostly in color, but also the sheer of the onyx crafting tools that Hollowell used in her hut.
These are maybe Hollowell's tools.
Now, these are surgical equipment. These are not.
So
You're
they're made like Hollowell's tools,
You're looking at knives and scalpels, bone saws, probably a couple chisels, maybe a hammer.
I am very creeped out by why he has these. Let's steal them.
Well, we should definitely take him. I have no idea what he did with these yet, but
It can't be good.
I seriously doubt it was good. Is there I hate to ask this, but is there a bag or anything nearby?
There's always a bag nearby.
I mean, I have several. Which one do you want to put them in? This one is black and natural.
Cut to Ori and Duncan, you walk downstairs past Crucible.
All right.
You're still muted,
You're
bud.
muted, Chad.
Oh, well,
Crucible already found a map.
A map of the sewers?
Aye.
Oh, that's
Well,
excellent.
it's going to take a bit to decipher it, but we found it.
yeah,
Well, he
it's,
found it mostly.
yeah, it's kind of a forking mess. How's the lookout going?
There seems to be possibly a commotion going on. I kind of wanted to go out and look, but I also kind of wanted to make sure that we were safe here.
Well, could be a happy accident that we've got that distraction while we're in here, but maybe we could take a gander after we get out. Better go collect the folkstone steers.
You might want to be careful. It sounded like something happened down there. I'm not sure what it was.
Well, yeah, I heard that. It sounded like a plated douche canoe walking into a bug zapper.
I'm glad nobody checked on us, by the way.
Crucible, while he's getting the others, I could stay here if you want to go check.
Go check outside, see what's going on.
Aye.
Well, once again, I'm a little concerned about, the appearance here. So I'm going to look around, see if there's something I can throw over myself.
Sure. I'll have there's like throw blanket. This room is this sitting room is very much designed from the wind to look good from the window. You know what I mean?
Right?
So there's like throw blankets over the back of the couches and whatnot.
Yeah, I just look for anything that I can just kind of throw over me, kind of make it look like a shawl or something. I don't want to look like Carol Burnett walking down a flight of stairs.
Reference.
So
Sure.
I do that.
Roll. What is this, performance to disguise? Roll disguise.
Is disguise one in here? I thought that was only Starfinder.
Disguise is not in here.
Performance.
Deception or performance?
Deception or performance, your choice.
There are things like disguise kits and various spells that allow you to disguise yourself in this, but you have to have proficiency.
Well, I hope I roll well because I'm rolling at a -1.
Yeet.
It's all charisma.
Excuse me,
We believe in you.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I don't believe in you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't have anything to drink.
I don't either. But I will pinky.
Yeah,
with you.
sure.
Go grab something. Whatever
Water.
your thing of choice.
Get some
may be.
water. Lori,
Some
you need
for
water.
ya.
I drank 4 glasses today.
That is not what you were trying to drink.
I know. I'm not doing well.
Quick prayer for Crucible's sake.
May your heart be light and happy. May your smile be big and wide, and may your pockets always have a coin or two inside. In Lady Umberly's name.
Oh,
And we say this prayer now so it
man.
not be a eulogy later.
That's a pretty good one. we say this prayer now for Lumberly, so it's not a eulogy later.
I had to write that down. It's quite nice.
There's a lot of you googlies if you're into Umberly. There's a lot of you googlies. Okay, Crucible. You rolled a 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Basically, I just threw it on my shoulders, and my big old shiny head is still showing.
You look great.
You're like Bender when he goes to represent the great nation of Rabonia.
Yep.
Okay. You feel confident and you head out. Okay. I'll have you head in that direction. It'll only take you a couple minute or two. I'll return to you in a second. Duncan, are you staying at the window?
Aye.
Okay. Uri?
Yeah, I'm heading downstairs to check on my friends because I am genuinely concerned.
Okay. Joe and Bagby have packed up the surgical
Creepy
equipment.
knives.
Yep. Now that you're in here, you get a better sense of the room. The surgical table that is behind you is complete with lockable shackles.
I don't like it in here, Joe. Move. Leave and go.
Okay.
There's also like a stain on the floor and table.
Yeah, this is a bad place. Let's go.
This is the bad place. This is the bad place. I don't like it.
Oh, hey, Ori. We were just heading upstairs.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to check on you. Glad everything's okay. What smells like necromancy down here?
It's a torture chamber. You should go look at it. Go, Joe, go.
Okay.
I'm sure glad you didn't say what smells like necrophilia down here.
Actually, Ori, go ahead and roll. You see everything they see. Especially with the for the second he had the torchlight there. When he leaves,
I would know they were joking. I would actually look in there.
When he leaves, it's quite dark, and you don't have dark vision. You have.
I have dark vision.
Oh, you have dark vision. Okay. So go ahead and roll investigation. But you definitely see the surgical table. You see the surrounding.
However, investigation is an intelligence-based check.
With him mentioning that necromancy, I'm just gonna ask, do I need to roll a wisdom save down here?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually not bad. 19.
There you go.
My investigation.
You see the stains. Clearly blood stains, dried. Looking around on the floor, what looks like dust initially. You've done a decent amount of alchemy in your time, and you know it to be actual bone dust.
Bone dust.
Ew, I don't like this man.
Oh, Dumahs, what have you done?
Okay.
And I make my way back up.
All right. You're all back upstairs. Gruesome.
Does Duncan have to roll anything to contain the jealousy he feels seeing Bagby riding on my shoulder?
No. Our friendship isn't like that. She can have any friend she wants. It's fine with me.
no more than Ori having to roll jealousy for finding you and Bagney playing with handcuffs and stuff.
I assume he did have to roll.
By the way,
I
what Duncan
understand
just
that
said.
he needs to have his beard. Well, his beards. His multiple beards.
By the way, everything Duncan just said about no, she's allowed to have anything as many friends as she wants, is what he hopes all of his girlfriends say.
Yeah. Doesn't quite work out that way, though, does it, Duncan?
In an ideal world, you know. Okay, Crucible. There's basically no guard presence. It's weird. You make your way towards the gate. You still haven't seen a guard, but you keep hearing commotion in front of you towards the gate. Roll perception.
24.
Before you get there, you can hear people around you talking about, "Oh, I'm just trying to get home. This is ridiculous. We're so far from the military district. Why do we have to be on lockdown?" Getting to the overhang, because you're on... If you remember, the Academy District is technically two very large floors. One is the library underneath, and one is the overhanging street. Getting to that overhang, looking down on the gate, you see that the guard presence at the gate is tight, and they're letting nobody in and out.
Does it appear to be just that district, or is it citywide?
You wouldn't know.
I don't know how high up I am to see.
No, you cannot see over the. You cannot see over the wall.
Okay. I don't dare press my luck. I head back.
I'm gonna keep your 24 perception. Okay.
Okay.
There's very little homeless or beggars ever in the Academy District. They're carefully shoved out. You see one man, however, rummaging through some trash, and as you get closer to him, he looks over at you and motions to, and does a come toward me sort of motion.
It's a homeless dude?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might as well. I'll go over. Cautiously.
Sir, I can sell my wares for you. I can sell my wares. Just back in the alleyway here. Just back in the alleyway here. Master Crucible.
I nod.
He invites you back. Getting back there, stands up straight, pulls off a hood. Keen has bad news. You're going to have to find a separate way out of the district. Everything's locked down. The general got hit.
I mean, like,
The building. A mutual friend. A friend of yours from the army. He's in bad shape. Keen has him.
you talking Blackburn?
Maybe.
Did you just say Keen has him? Okay. Sorry, I have a lot of sounds going on in here.
As soon as you can meet up, you should. That's all I have.
Understood.
He wanders back out. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you.
I do head back to the storage space and my plan is to share that news with everyone.
You're all inside? I'm assuming Bagby, Joe, and Ori and Duncan are sort of exchanging notes here. Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Duncan, you would see Crucible walking up because his disguise is terrible.
Crucible's back. His disguise is a bit terrible.
Yeah, he looks like. Is he just wearing a lampshade? Is that it?
He's just wearing a blanket over his shoulders like a poncho. That's all he's doing.
It's a nice blanket, though. It looks
Oh, I entered the building. I said, "Don't worry, guys. It's me, Crucible."
Oh, I couldn't tell with the doily on you. Yeah.
You look great.
You're all good friends.
Anyway, I was outside. I was looking around, and there wasn't a guard to be seen in the area. However, they're pretty well stockpiled at all the entrances. Seems like the city's under lockdown at the moment.
What happened?
Well, seems like Keen sent over someone to give us some news. And it appears that the general, the big building that nobody can break into, nobody can break out of. Well, it seems like it was broken into and broken out of. And the Blackburn, he's been taken by Keen, and that we're supposed to get in contact with Keen.
Right.
How did Keen get him?
I don't know.
I've got an idea how to get out of here. I'm not sure you all will like it.
We also have a brand new map of the sewers, too.
Right.
Does anyone remember where we fought those minotaurs in the library?
I do.
Of
We
course.
could get underground there.
Dun dun dun.
Nothing happens on accident.
Hopefully the death cloud isn't there.
Or the Goblin Army.
Or the goblin army, although that would be preferable to the death
That would be
cloud.
very much preferable to the the whatever it is it's called. I remember it was told to us what it was called. Someone had a name for it.
Let me go ahead
Death
and look
cloud.
this up so I can really gloat.
In any case, anyone have any better ideas, or is that our plan?
That's got to be our plan unless we can find a sewer grate before then.
No. Well, I mean,
In order to decipher the map, we're going to need a point of reference, basically a key. We can use the library's entrance to the
Get
underground there,
snacks. We are gonna need a point of reference. Fuck.
and that point of reference is the entrance in the
Yep.
library.
Yep.
So you know what we're doing then?
Yeah.
yay!
Let's go.
So
go spelunking.
it's episode 50. That was episode 30.
Right,
Right,
but before we go, we probably need to find a wagon or a wheelbarrow of some sort.
No, we're not doing that.
We need
A
to.
Holocaust cloak.
We're gonna need Duncan to do a magic trick show to distract people, while Crucible does a costume.
You find yourself
Bagby-
magically teleported to the library near the entrance.
Right, Joseph! Show me the meaning of haste!
First off, if you're gonna do that, it's Joseph Shadow. Okay.
Joe Shadow, show me the meaning of haste!
All right. I may not be very acrobatic, but I can run very fast. And if we're not really worried about guards,
We're not worried about guards. They're all stockpiled at the
decent
door.
dimes.
All you got to find is a stairs down, and they're kind of all over the place. Like
Yeah.
the library is interconnected to the surface in many different areas.
Yeah, I imagine it wouldn't be that difficult for Duncan to find it because we've been there a couple times now.
Right.
Yeah, you know where you're going.
Cool. So we crack open that bookcase, and I believe that's how it was. It was hidden behind a bookcase.
It was.
Was.
And
Didn't bother to use the magic eye before you opened it, but sure, yeah, it's wide open.
I didn't think of the magic eye, so I just cracked it open.
I don't like using that, so I'm glad I wasn't asked.
Why,
Anything
you're
horrible
always
attack me
afraid?
right away?
Are you afraid?
That makes him a bit scared. He thinks it's bad.
That's definitely not a setup for something in the future. There's no way. Anyway, in 20 fucking episodes. That should have been like 10.
I don't like the idea of using what I can tell is an inherently evil object.
By the way, I was quarantined. That was almost right at the beginning of quarantine when we did that.
Oh, yeah. We did that. Yeah, we got those items at your house.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
What a nightmare. Okay. Yes, you open the bookcase. There's basically nobody in the library right now. And you, especially this part of so deep in the
refire
library.
up my torch
As we
before I head in.
open the bookcase, I would stop everyone and say, suppose I should at least make sure the coast is clear.
Okay.
And I concentrate and I try and look through the eye.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception. Okay. You don't see anything. What do you do? Do you walk down the stairs or?
I have held everybody back and said,
no, I know you don't see anything.
Oh, you were completely muted for that part.
Oh, sorry. You don't see anything.
Okay.
Okay. We would head in then.
Mm-hmm.
I said I lit up a torch, so unless anybody else took the lead while I was doing that, I would go first.
I feel like we're walking in slow motion, like something's going to happen right as we turn the corner.
I don't know where you would get an idea like that.
I've got my
I will
blade.
get off of his back.
Okay. I've got my blade ready to stab.
I would be following right behind Joel.
I haven't had to use these backgrounds in so
I will
long.
bring up the rear.
And I would be, even though I didn't see anything before, I know that the last thing that was a real fucking issue down here was something that really couldn't be seen. So I would be listening very carefully as we are heading down.
Okay. Anybody like to roll perception, May?
Yes. 14.
22.
14, 22. That is
I got a
natural
9, but that's a 1 for me.
Hugo, why are you whining?
Well, I'm with you, Patrick, because I got a 1 also, so that's a 2 for me.
That's 14.
How many nat 1s have I had tonight?
You've had some 20s as well. You're feast or famine for sure.
I've kind of been rolling bigger, rolling shitty, yeah.
You're wisdom based. How?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I guess.
They're charisma based.
Oh, charisma based. Damn.
Charisma. I have 12 wisdom.
Okay. You hear stuff you would expect to hear. You know what I mean? Dropping of dust and gravel, noise from overhead, far overhead, the occasional scurry of a small animal. You move forward a bit. And that large opening that you remember seeing, that encampment, if you all recall. Duncan, looking out into it, you see nothing. It opens into think French style catacombs where you've got pillars intermittent with, nothing. You know what I mean? It's holding up the street with these large pillars, but it's just, every so often there's a water run for sewage. But there's nothing down there.
Feels a bit like a tomb, doesn't it?
Well, you can still see the bloodstains from the massacre that happened just a few weeks prior.
But Stevens, it was.
Okay, which direction?
Time to try to decipher the map a bit.
Okay. Do you need the torch? Or
Yeah, probably.
maybe Crucible should use his light so I don't accidentally light the
That's
map
what
on
I was
fire.
just thinking. I go ahead and cast light on my.
That thing's
Warhammer.
worth more than anything else anybody else has. This very broken piece of paper is the most expensive thing that anybody has touched.
Oh yeah.
I do cast light on my Warhammer.
Do it. Okay.
I would roll it out, and I would hold it firm because I figure there's no nice dry spot to lay it on. I would be looking at it as well, and I'd be like, oh, gee golly, that's bright. Because I'm used to like looking at this thing under dark vision.
So I make an attempt then to read the map in trying to decipher where the key point is, which would be the library entrance. Would you like me to roll like survival or something like that?
Yes, survival is map understanding.
14. I'm gonna use some luck.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Actually, I'm going to use my inspiration.
This is an insanely. Oh, you still have that
I
inspiration?
still have that inspiration,
Oh, fuck.
so I'm going to use that instead.
As I have it out, may I also look at it
Sure.
with survival, or is that something that kind of already passed because I already looked at it earlier?
No, you can try. The problem with this is it's the ravings of an insane person. It looks like, you know what I mean. So it's like it's deciphering the inside of a human brain. It's just a really difficult.
I'm not used to trying to decipher the meanings of someone who's completely indecipherable at all.
So after using that inspiration, 24.
24. And
Yes, it's bright.
Or he's looking at it upside down.
If it's the ravings of a madman, that might help.
It's true. Anybody else super excited about Robert Pattinson's The Batman? It actually looks like it might be a decent movie.
I haven't watched the trailer. I've been kind of avoiding it.
It's can I say what's in the trailer?
Sure.
It's the Riddler, clearly, as the bad guy. But like a fucked up, like kill everybody sort of Riddler.
Penguin's in there too.
Yep. Like early before they become like crazy supervillains. But yeah.
I like it.
And it's gonna have an HBO accompanying series that's Batman Year One. That's the HBO series. That's gonna be super cool. Okay. Anywhere 24.
They bring back
You're
Jim Carrey and Danny DeVito.
No, they did not. You are having a hard time understanding it. You do know what direction you can head. So the first layer of the map, you can basically decipher, right? Because they layers on top of each other and becomes a map. The problem the thing you're never going to figure out, and you took a second at it. You're going to have to take a lot of time. When it starts becoming layers, as somebody who's experienced with maps, you immediately find out that these levels aren't just a singular level. Sometimes they're halfway, sometimes they're a quarter way. It's really hard to figure out where they lie.
That shit's hard to decipher even when you have a complete map.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're just like, no, fuck that shit. I'm just going to, from where I'm at, I'll stay on the surface level, not go any deeper. And it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a long trip for you, but you know how to get there.
All right. Let's go.
While they were doing that, I would ask Bagby. I didn't want to interrupt while you guys are actually doing it. Did we close the bookshelf?
No.
Damn it! I'll be right back. I would walk back with the torch and close the bookshelf, and then come back while they're interpreting the map.
Good call.
Speaking of, nobody closed that wardrobe or the door to the basement room. The
Good. That's our calling card. Now he knows.
my calling card was pooping on the floor.
We also opened up all the faucets in the house to flood the basement.
We're the wet bandits. I'm gonna fucking murder that 9-year-old. Yes, you're able to get there. It is confusing for almost all of you, mostly because there's nothing to look at. Right? You're just taking lefts and rights and walking for a bit, and it all looks the fucking same. And occasionally Duncan goes, "Don't walk down that way," and that's
Fun.
You find yourself at that. After a while, you find yourself at that entrance that Keen took you to. That not Keen took you to, but Keen's associate took you to. Just the day prior.
To our hideout.
Not your hideout, his place.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good job, Duncan.
That was quite stressful. Is this an easy map to read, you know? I'm glad we got here, though.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go see what they've got with Blackburn, then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You head up. You're met at, well, first you're met at the door by the shook. They immediately check you. Shook. You're let in.
It's me, Duncan.
Yeah, we know.
He's a hero.
I am a hero.
You didn't.
You hear
didn't
them
know it, Duncan.
as
but
they're
you
letting-
nailed the password.
As they're letting you in, you hear one of them call out that you guys are here. A person comes running down. This way, this way.
Out of curiosity, how do they refer to us?
Oh, the help.
The help?
Yeah.
That's probably less insulting than it could have been.
No, it's all got to be in code, you know. They can't say. I should have made old Keen Lawrence Fishburne, but no, I made him Joe Pesci, so fuck it. You mad, John Wick? I'm pissed off.
Fucking love every bit of that scene. God.
It's a very good scene. Lead you up and actually lead you to the right, as opposed to the left towards his office. Not all the way to the end, but there's a door on your left. You enter the door. You find yourself in, it's probably a kitchen. There's been a blanket thrown over middle island, and you see a person laying on that, bleeding a lot. Crucible, you recognize this person instantaneously.
Is there anyone else in the room?
Yes. Keen, an obvious surgeon, and some sort of healer. Oh, let me get Keen in here too. Sorry.
Ori, is he bleeding out then?
Goddamn right, he's fucking dying. Get up. Any
I
all
would run over there, and first I would try to take out. I would try and take out anything before healing him.
any of you ordained? Any of you ordained? Because this fucking mook says he can't heal him.
Oh crap, he's cursed. Does anyone have any holy water?
Does this look like a place with holy water? What are you looking for here? Fuck, send for a priest. We need a goddamn fucking priest.
I will check, but I do not believe I have any.
Can you bless it if it has silver in it? Surely we can find powdered silver in a place like this.
Oh,
I do
yes.
not.
Powdered silver, jewelry. I don't know how to. Can we do that? Can we break it?
Can I look at him, Mike? And I want to see if he's poisoned,
Go ahead.
or if it's a disease.
Go ahead.
What is that? Medicine.
Medicine.
I would also be looking over him.
That's a 19, so that's 21. 21.
21 and Ori.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. There is. These wounds are not healing. You can see the other healerly type priest guy in the corner. He's doing his best, but as it starts to close, it widens again, back to the original lacerations and gashes. This does not look like the injuries you saw in Krasden. Does not. There's a charred flesh tone to this. Looks cauterized in certain areas, if that makes sense.
I would like to quickly cast Detect Magic on him.
Okay. Casting Detect Magic. Blackburn is not magical, but you do feel some sort of it's abyssal energy coming out of the.
I don't know if I have the capability to do this, but I would attempt to dispel the magic on him.
You're probably gonna have to read to Mike how dispel magic works.
Yeah. Let's hear that.
All right, I don't
Choose one
remember
creature,
that.
object, or magical effect. The magical effect would be what I detected within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. If the spell is 4th level or higher on the target, I make an ability check using my spellcaster ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check, that spell ends.
Okay, you need to roll the ability check then.
Roll well.
Okay. So, it'd be an ability check based on wisdom. So
Okay.
that'd just be with a +4.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20. Natural.
Do it again.
I do have the ability to attempt it again if it appears to have not passed.
What is it? I can't quite read that.
Oh, I ended up with a 13. It was a
That
terrible roll.
did not work.
Okay, I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again.
Ed, hang on, Ori. Crucible, do you think you could say a couple words of wisdom here?
Yeah, I lean over to Ori and I basically say, "Don't fuck it up."
It's an ability check.
Sure.
What does that add?
To D4, correct.
A 1
D4.
4.
Okay. I will first roll the 1d4 to see what I add to it.
Sure.
I will be adding a 4 to my total.
That's good.
So I will add that now. 14. Fuck.
That does not work.
But you added it to your die. I
Yeah,
see.
so that he could add it ahead of time, so there was just one number.
Are you out of third spot?
That's all I've got.
I will bend luck then. I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points, and I will also add another 1d4 to your roll. Let's see. I'll go ahead and roll the d4. Sorry.
It's a 1 to it.
Does 15 get it?
No.
All right. Seeing that this isn't working, I'm going to try to use lay on hands to first I'm going to try to purify him of any diseases, of any poisons, if that doesn't work. And then after that, I'm just going to try to heal him, try to keep him alive while they figure out something else.
Pesci walks back in the room. I mean, Old Keen, sorry. I can't find any fucking silver. God damned my expensive taste.
Do any of us have the ability to powder the silver from some silver coins that I've got?
I mean, my hands are magic.
I throw some silver coins on the floor. Go.
That would be very difficult to powder a metal.
Can't do much else to help in this situation, so if I can use my magic fists to punch some silver, I'll just sit there and do it.
Okay. It's not going to do anything, but yes, you can continue to punch silver if you'd like.
It's going to make me feel like I'm helping.
Yes,
so-
there you go. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So does any of us have magical weapons so we can pound it out then?
I hand him my glaive while I'm still trying to help. What's his fuck?
Chuckle fuck.
Yep, my glaive is magical.
Blackburn.
And Glaven. It is not magical. I mean, it can't dust metal, but yeah.
Could pretty easily slice it up if it's just a silver coin. Silver's not super hard. I don't know if it's probably an alloy, but if it's straight silver, you could just shear that off with a sharp knife.
Is he conscious? Blackburn?
Yes, but barely. We need to know what he fucking knows. What do we fucking do?
Crucible, you know him. Talk to him.
Any of y'all magic fucks have a way to make his brain work right for a couple minutes?
If he's paralyzed, I can do something.
I don't-
Get a priest. We need somebody who can
I
bless.
fucking said a guy. I don't know what you want me to fucking do.
Is my healing doing anything, or is it not?
No. It's the same thing that's happening with the other guy. It's trying to heal the wounds, but they're spreading. It's like actively fighting against you. You know what I mean? You
We
can
need
actually
hope.
watch it like the wounds start to close and then open
Okay.
again.
We need you to get holy water. You need to get somebody else who can dispel the magic.
All right, I'm fucking on it. Somebody talk to his ass. Get him to talk.
Okay, so as I sit there, like trying to treat his wounds, I ask him, "Listen, bud, you gotta help us here. I don't have time to explain it all, but we're trying to save the forking world here. What happened to you, and what the heck is going on?"
Roll persuasion.
Yep. I don't know if it would do any good at all, but I would be burning through at least a few die 6 of Bomb of the Summer Court. We can take that into consideration, whatever, for
Sure.
how long he gets to talk before he whatever. But
Bagby.
Hmm?
Roll Arcana, or you continue.
fuck. It's not that good.
11.
Okay. He's not responding. Ori, roll history.
Only we had anybody who had intelligence as a stat.
Can't give you any help. He's sitting there, clearly dying. Not responding. Crucible, with your relationship to him, if you would like to roll perception, say something and roll persuasion, I would give you an opportunity.
Persuasion, I'd roll it with a -1.
Is that a 15?
You're muted.
That's a 15?
Yeah, that's a 15.
Okay. So say something.
I walk over to him and I say, save your energy. Simply nod or wink. You remember who I am.
He nods his head slightly.
Seems like things have been difficult for you for a while. Since the march, things have changed for you. Yes? I don't know what you were doing by trying to get us arrested and all of that stuff. Were you trying to get a message to us?
He was gritting his teeth before he's let loose that anger on his face, and he's starting to cry.
There's so much information that we would like to get from you. Are you the only one who knows this information?
He's trying to say something, but it's very, very quiet. Not much is getting out. Do you lean closer?
Yep.
Roll perception. You'll be fine.
12.
You'll be fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Crucible. Peel my skin from my bones. The horned one killed me. Find Andy. Tell him I said. His eyes close.
And I didn't catch the name.
Andy.
Andy?
Roll history. You'll need to get an 18. No, 15. You'll need to get a 15.
Nope.
2.
Speaking to the group, I say, I could try to bring him back to life.
That's an excellent place to stop tonight. Thank you very much for watching.
Been waiting for Crucible to revivify this whole campaign.
Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent evening. We will be back tomorrow. Yes?
Yes, tomorrow
Yes.
with a little blood moon.
Little blood moon. And then Sunday, I don't think we have any. There's nothing to stop us. So we will be playing a Distant Star, and then hopefully we're back on the Tuesday thing too. I mean, it was weird this week because audio went crazy with us. There's nothing we can do about it. But thank you very much. Have a good night. Love you. Stay safe.
Goodbye, interwebs.
Internet.
Love each other,
I know.
please, for the love of God.
Yeah, my God, please love. God damn.